Oculus, begin transmission.
Transmission commencing.
English breaks.
Lady and English.
You want 2 bips and 1 pop? Now the bippity boop.
One Lady Stardust, please.
Okay, well you can do that.
Well,
What is this, some sort of magic tea wand?
man, we already went over this. Actually, I'm still kind of confused.
It's working. I have tea now.
It's obviously it's a magic tea one. We don't have that here in America, where we're from. So we have a little bit different customs. I wanted to show everyone how you're supposed to drink your tea. This is a popular style. Just get your pinky up there.
Follow along if you know the words.
And every time you drink your tea, you got to make an annoying, obnoxious slurping sound, followed by So now you try. In syncopation.
Well, not everyone has their tea.
A practice round with your ghost tea.
Oh, we got some people over there.
Let me hear those.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're gorgeous.
Great pinky form, man.
This is also a popular way.
Yes, this is going to end in the story. In hilarious.
This is just
Oh,
awkward.
it's slightly disturbing.
Well, the future, as you can tell, is a little disturbing for.
Well, they brought teaspoons as well.
Yeah. Well, these are actually.
No, wait, okay.
Great. Morning thunder.
You just take your partners and you just go nuts with it. That's what you do. It's customary.
Oh, is that music from our time?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they've been making spoon music.
That was a
for while.
Justin Bieber song.
Which I was playing.
When is his last?
Oh, they've heard of him. I'm not sure how. Maybe they saw Rift at the time or something.
Well, they are on a spaceship. And then you take your full napkin squares and you put it in your pocket like so. And you should have done that before drinking your tea.
I already have a pocket
If you
square.
didn't, you're gonna get kicked out. It's cold outside.
Right, there you go. That's yours.
It's cold out in space. No one can hear you scream. So, follow the rules of tea drinking. No one's gonna have to get hurt.
Yeah.
You didn't have to look my way. Your eyes still haunt me to this day, but you did. Yes, you did. You didn't have to say my name, ignite my circuits and start a flame, but you did. Oh, turbines and erase me, oh, 'cause I don't want to live my life alone. Well, I was waiting for you all my life. Oh, why? Set me free, my didn't have to smile at me. Your grin's the sweetest that I've ever seen, but you did. Yes, you did. You didn't have to offer your hand. Your sins I've kissed it, I am at your command, but you did. Oh, turbines and erase me, oh, God.
Oh, rabbit, not it again. Promise.
Hello, goodbye, it was nice to know you. How I find myself without you. That I'll never know.
That I'll never know.
I let myself go.
I let myself go.
Hello, goodbye, I'm rather crazy, and I never thought I was crazy. But what do I know?
What do I know?
I let myself go.
I let myself go.
Out in
How do you know?
Goodbye, it was nice to know you. How I find myself without you. That I'll never know.
How do you
Will I let myself go? Hello, goodbye, I'm rather crazy, and I never thought I was crazy. But what do I know?
What do I know?
I let myself go.
I let myself go.
Hello, goodbye, it was nice to know you. How
That
I find
I'll
myself.
never know.
Hello, goodbye, I'm rather crazy, and
I
I never
let
thought I was.
myself go.
Hello, goodbye, it was nice to know you. How
What
I found
do
myself.
I know?
Hello, goodbye, I'm rather crazy, and I never thought I was crazy.
Which will be fun. Okay, so I guess we can sum up what our act is. So we're Powered Giraffe. We started the group in 2008. My brother and I, with our friend John, who's no longer in the group. We all met in college. We met in the womb. We had another- we're
nice
twins. We're twins too. We're identical twins, which you can't really tell, but
They
the more
could
we
have been
talk,
one person right now.
it was just enough creepiness that it had to be in two entities instead of one. So we started the group with my brother and I, our friend John from college, as well as
Oh, Upgrade made it.
Aaron Burke.
Pink robot?
We talked to Aaron all the time. So, yeah, we used to have female in the group when we first started. We took a mime class in college and kind of fell in love with the robot and mime in general. We did a lot of stuff with like stereotypical mime stuff, but we started to try our own thing and just performed robots on the street in San Diego. Balboa Park was our favorite spot. We eventually added guitars like maybe the second day that we did it because we were just because we weren't there to impress anyone, we were just there to have fun. But it caught on. We got a good following back in those days of doing acoustic stuff, and somehow we made the transition into a band. Yeah, our sound designer, Steve. You might know him. He's actually on FaceTime, but the connection, the Wi-Fi in the spaceship is not very good enough for this. But he sends his love. He actually saw us originally in Balboa Park. Yeah, and that's how he was talking to us, and he kept like, he went to our concerts and was like critiquing the sound setup and everything. And he was like, I can make you guys sound better. We're like, okay. And he did, and he's been with us for a long time. So he's an integral part of the group too. I mean, we all kind of try to get everyone in the limelight, though he's always behind a soundboard, so it's kind of.
He does a lot to make it all sound like one.
He's on a poster finally, which I think. Yeah, that's one of the upcoming posters for one of our shows.
Yeah, we're doing.
No, we haven't announced it yet.
We haven't announced it?
No, I don't think so.
Well, I think we've kind of hinted at it.
Hinted at what?
We had a contractual.
Well,
Well, anyways.
We'll have to kill you.
So anyways, back
yeah, we turned into a band. We got Steve Negretti on our side. He actually works at the Loyola Playhouse in San Diego, which a lot of Broadway shows go there to Broadway, or come from there to Broadway. The opposite of what I said. And he's really talented. He does mixing musical theater stuff. So it's a lot better than a sound guy doing a normal band.
A sound guy that doesn't know our act.
Yeah, we kind of have this acoustic thing going on. Most music is loud, and we kind of like our live shows to be not too loud, you know. Understandable. They have to be loud for some venues, but
We appreciate the Stephen Grady.
yeah, that's what we're trying to say. He's good.
And the dreads are pretty cool too.
Yeah, he has dreadlocks. and
Dreadlocks.
He recently colored them, like.
Yeah, they look pretty sweet. He wears this
No,
fire
that's-
bandana,
that's-
it's like orange and yellow dreadlocks.
He looks like Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow.
Oh, he would punch you in the mouth if he heard you say that.
Where everyone calls him a pirate, even though he just doesn't say anything.
Jack Sparrow looks like him.
Okay, exactly.
Kiss you in the mouth.
So yeah, that's our act. We still.
There's Michael Reed.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's us. There's all those past members, and then that's it. There's no one else. But yeah, Michael Reed was Jonathan Sprague's friend. I knew him in college as well, and he's actually kind of our musical director. He kind of takes all of our ideas, throws them together. He has a really keen ear for different genres and time periods and different things that they used. He's like just a music nut, and he's amazing on any instrument you can throw at him. So he's kind of one of those prodigy people. And he really likes what we do, and he enjoys doing the act with us. So
Yeah, the harmonies are mostly just, mostly arranged by him.
yeah. He just like we'll come up with something, and it's like he'll take away some because like no, this one doesn't work here because you're trying to go
Sounds
for
like
this feel.
poopy.
Yeah, it's just a weird.
That's a technical term.
Yeah, it's a weird,
music thing.
weird subtle things that you wouldn't think would matter in like music. He kind of knows to get a kind of a feeling, and I wish I could explain that more. If he was here, he'd be able to. But
You'd be like, oh, guys, I just do my thing.
yeah, he's kind of he's modest. Very much.
And then who else we got? Well, once Aaron left. Oh, actually, you came on board before Aaron left.
Oh yeah. We actually had Sam here.
Sam here.
That's a solo thing. We brought him on as a drummer, which is weird. I kind of kept bugging him because we've been.
I didn't know how to play drums.
We need someone who's not a drummer.
Look at that turned out for me.
Drummers are obnoxious, Nicky.
Okay, you're done with the drums. You can maybe try a robot.
Sometimes you want people in your band just because you really like being around them, and
Yeah,
I mean he learned the drums and it worked really well. Yeah, we spent so much time with it.
Live stream, he snuck into the band.
Yeah. Out of the blue, it was just it.
I snuck in against my will.
Now he's a robot. John's left us, Aaron's left us, and we have a new drummer that we haven't announced. Yeah, well, I think the first show we're doing with him is in San Diego, but he's really talented. Another one of those prodigy people. So what we do is we get untalented people up front, and then we get like people that are better than us in the background. And that's how the act works. No, exactly. Well, we focus on the other stuff, and they focus on the music, making it tight knit and all that.
Yeah, I think a big thing of the act is like the visuals. It started off with the visuals being really, really strong in the performance aspect on the streets, and we started tightening the music, and then we kept learning and stuff. So we want everything to be equal. We don't want it to feel gimmicky, like one is less. Like, could you really do the act without the makeup? Yes, you could.
Well, we've done it a few times, like acoustically, promoting our shows in San Diego back in the day. It still drew interest. It was just, it's not as pizzazzy.
Yeah.
Why not?
They should be able to stand on its own. We've had deaf people and blind people tell us, that they like one aspect that they can actually
Which is good.
appreciate.
Maybe they're
So that's
talking to you.
cool.
Yes. But yeah, we kind of have this idea that if you don't like one part of our act, you like something, whether it's the makeup or the robots or the.
Well, I hate those robots, but I like their sweet harmonies.
Yeah. And that's what our songs kind of have a diverse feeling. I mean, we always kind of go back to that acoustic old-timey stuff, and then more modern stuff as well. It's really just what we like. I mean, we're fans of music, so we kind of just gravitate and are inspired by music of the past as well. And harmonies are a big thing for us. What else did I just say?
Story.
At the end of the
I'm
story.
gonna stand up. This is really weird.
Yeah.
We like to pick on the rabbit sometimes.
Yeah, I'm the butt of the jokes. Now that Aaron's gone.
But yeah, Yeah, we do a lot of conventions, steampunk conventions. We've done sci-fi conventions, and the most recent one we did a YomaCon in Michigan, and that was yeah, that's a great
Same
convention.
folks who put
So,
on
World Steam
World
Expo,
Steam.
yeah. So we were
Great
in the
group.
company. That was so anime convention. That's an anime convention. Pretty much anyone will have us. I guess we kind of fit in. We got the steampunk going, which is kind of I don't know if that's our main
You got your
focus.
steampunk, you got your music, you got your, everything you want. How much you asking?
I mean, folks who kind of think we're just a steampunk act, they kind of question why 1940s, 30s. It's sort of, we have that futurism and then Art Deco. So steampunk is just one aspect. We've never really kind of, I don't know, we never treat ourselves like a steampunk band. I guess we just kind of do our thing and it seems to work. Yeah, we know we fit into there probably the best out of any kind of convention. I mean, sci-fi makes sense. Kind of robots.
Hip hop, R&B couldn't take us.
We need more creative. The S&M community, the black maybe.
Yeah, they were.
I guess. But yeah, it's a nice blending of what we like. So steampunk is included in there. Yeah. So if you don't like talking, then
It's true. See?
here's a question.
How long when this morning did you have to get into costume and makeup? Because I know that you were at the tea room at 11, and now here it is after 6. So how long? All day long? When did you?
Well, I think we took our time. When you're in a hotel room, you don't have.
This is the first time we've all shared makeup space. So
Yeah, sometimes we're
juggling
like in different levels of the hotel, and like it's only like a 2-person room or something. But yeah. I woke up at like 4 a.m. because my sleep schedule was completely off. At 5. Just sort of.
I woke
did
up
it really
at 10
slow.
p.m.
Did
and
it
then I went back to
slowly.
sleep.
So you did it kind of normally, how we would usually do it, like.
Yeah. I started at 8 maybe.
We don't really rush
It
ourselves.
takes about 2 hours for me specifically. About 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours. I took more time this morning. But
It doesn't get any faster either.
Ironing the costumes.
It's like, man, I'm gonna do this in 5 minutes now. No.
When we did the San Diego Zoo, we kind of got it down pat, so we would do it like literally an hour before we'd go on stage sometimes if we.
74 days straight. It was. Yeah, what's the worst part of the day?
4 sets a day.
It's not physically.
It was fun for me
exhausting,
because I
it's
just got to play drums then.
Yeah, he just recently got into that, so. But yeah, the makeup gets tedious after a while, just especially when you're doing it 2 months in a row, 2.5 months in a row. It's like every day. I don't know, but once you get it on, it's like the hard part's over. Which is
Actually, taking it off is kind of a chore too.
Yeah, but it's worth it because
It's a sweet relief though. You get that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm done.
I guess the worst part is when we put on makeup and we don't do anything. We're just kind of like in makeup, and it's always nice when we like accomplish things in makeup, like panels, stuff like that.
Today's been pretty full. Today's been pretty full.
Yeah, today they kept us busy. Yeah, we can do that. When Bunny, myself, Michael Reed, and John, we all liked all classic rock stuff. I come from musical theater background and stuff. I mean, I don't really like music anymore. It kind of gets old when you deal with theater people after a while. But ELO, Queen, Three Dog Night, pretty much everyone back in the day did harmonies and stuff. Sometimes we do 5-part harmony in some songs for certain parts. So that's always fun. You don't hear that too much. Yeah, we like some old. I like Bobby Darin. I thought it was a joke, but that's how it started. It started. Yeah, we're gonna do a Bobby Darin song, and then we didn't. It's like not even singing the whole song in that bit. It's like, which is funny because it's like we really like Bobby Darin, but we never really get around to actually singing the song. It's just, we kind of everyone in the group kind of makes songs and stuff. Steve doesn't, but he puts his input in. But Mike has his own songs.
He makes them sound good.
We all kind of have our own stuff, so we kind of like to have that. There's really not a lead singer, I guess. It's like but we each fill the role, So we're constantly changing hats. Yeah. Sometimes we switch instruments on stage too. So that's sometimes. You used to play drums.
Yeah. Sometimes you take it. I'm like, what are you doing? Can I have that back? Take it.
But that's always fun for us. So hopefully, for some reason, the audience seems to enjoy that every once in a while. Next question.
So,
I know you probably get asked this a lot, but how did you come up with the name Steampunk Giraffe?
Yeah, it's on our FIQ. If you can just log on to our website. And there it is, tablet, and you can. Okay, no, it's it was. I was into steampunk. Wild Wild West, the old TV show. But the movie's okay. But the aesthetic, the art. It just naturally. I grew up reading H.G. Wells. So, when that was kind of getting popular in the early 2005, 4, it was starting to get its popularity, goblin hats and stuff. And then he likes giraffes, and it was really just not so much anymore. Yeah, because once you say that, everyone says, "Oh, I know exactly what to get you." And so he has a giraffe.
Baby giraffe.
How many giraffes do you own?
I don't keep count.
Is that
Did you ever get to feed the giraffe at the zoo?
Or was it still here?
No, because we were always in Mexico.
I'm afraid of
One
standing
day.
next to him right now. So.
It's shiny.
Maybe you're part giraffe.
Yeah, I'll feed next one.
No, I'm gonna go over here like a giraffe. You have to watch the video for reference.
There's a video on
You'll
YouTube
laugh later.
where
Trust me.
I tried to feed a giraffe, and it was not having anything of. It just would go away, and it would actually try to get. There was humans standing next to me, and it would literally get as far away as it could to get from the humans, but I guess I just don't look. It looks like an object, so you're just like a bright, shiny
Thanks.
thing for it.
You got together and just wrote.
Some songs are more fleshed out when some of us bring it to it, but others like something like. No. Come on, come in here. Let's answer. Some are. Steamboat Shenanigans was a song that we had the idea for because it was an old blog post back when Peter Walter used to do a bunch of blogs, and we had all these fake names. One was Spider-Man, one was Steamboat Shenanigans, and they were supposed to be funny names. But then we both took to writing the same song. Like, oh, I'm gonna write that song. I was writing well, I already have lyrics, and we kind of combined them, and then combined our melodies, and so I think the Spider-Man actually, I think that was pretty. That was really just me, and then I brought it to them, and so basically, what that is one of us will come up with mostly the lyrics, and then the melody, maybe the key that it will be in it as well, but then we kind of bring it to everyone else. Or sometimes Bunny will bring it to me, and I'll put guitar chords to it, so we start out with an acoustic guitar song, and then but Mike will arrange a lot of the other stuff. Bunny also plays accordion too, so that also works into some of the songs that are written. But it turns into a collaborative piece because eventually everyone's kind of thrown in their ideas. And
There's never this is how the song's gonna be.
He's like, no, I wrote it this way. Oh yeah, it has to pass the test. Everyone has to be cool with it, which I guess can be problematic, but not really because we kind of know what we want to hear. If there's something that's new, we just test it out, and if everyone likes it. If they don't, it's like, okay, well, maybe that's a solo. Yeah. Have fun with your solo career. No, but almost every song idea that is made a reality. So I think that just goes to show. Yeah, I think we all have our own a nice gauge of what we think would fit in Steampunk Giraffe. So, sometimes stuff will be modified for whatever reason, but usually it's small tweaks and stuff, and sometimes timing, sometimes lyrics too. I'll have, these guys write their own lyrics. It's like, well, we're all singing.
All right, take out the F-bombs and.
That never happens. We're family. All I
Regular show, we just watched that.
We're fans of pop culture, so
Yeah, you just sort
so
of
everything is a
and
rip-off.
just like the
eventually.
songs, it's collaborative too. I came up with Hatchworth's name and some of the look, and then you wrote an awesome story, a backstory for him. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, just sort of mesh it together. We're actually going to do a piece on the engineer tier program. I think once we get his jacket made, because that's just a stand-in. But it's going to be the process of how he started. And he started looking really creepy, in the beginning. He was.
Creepier than this, can you believe that?
Yeah, and Sam drew it. I was like, if I'm creeped out by it, something's wrong. But it's so interesting to see how it kind of evolved. But yeah, I think the ideas for our characters, we kind of developed them in Balboa, just kind of improving. We actually had an improv troupe as well going on. We did children's camps where we would dress up as pirates, and it was essentially Steampunk Giraffe, but we were pirates, or we were
I avoided all that.
and that's kind of when we had this spark in our minds, this is really fun. It doesn't matter who we're performing for. We kind of did some children's shows through our college and stuff, and then we started doing it our own. But I guess we just kind of naturally fell into these.
Archetypes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the straight man of the, so, I mean, we kind of have our wacky moments, and then John was like just insane kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like
Childlike, yeah, innocent type of thing. And
the aloof nature.
Rabbit's kind of creepy.
For the longest time, I was the only one that could remember lines, so I was the talking head.
Yeah, because basically what we'd be doing is like tuning and stuff, and like me and John would be over here or something, and
I mean, I had to do something to stall for time, so it was, me and Upgrade used to do like so much bits off of each other, and we didn't like each other, but I think that's what makes it so special, because we pulled it off.
yeah, well, I mean, learning to work with anyone is
When we had great chemistry when we worked together,
Yeah.
we just didn't like each other. Okay, questions. Cowboy hat.
I was wondering, did you guys take like any sort of improv courses, or did you just kind of like learn it?
Yeah, I mean, we learned some stuff through college. I mean, but we kind of joined on with someone else that was from the Groundlings making his own group, and we kind of did that, and eventually we kind of took over it because, I don't know.
We actually kicked him out of his own group because we were studying for like 2 years, and we're like, we don't have any gigs, we don't have anything, but we're still meeting, and it's just not working. So like,
Well, and I don't know, one of the guy wasn't showing up or whatever. It doesn't matter because he's not doing improv anymore.
he didn't mind, but
He was like, yeah, I can't show up anymore. So I'm like, well, we'll continue it on. And so we kind of did for a while.
And look what happened.
But to be honest, the improv stuff, it was even fun when there was no audience. I mean, that's just kind of, yeah. That was kind of the limits that we can do on our own. We're getting so busy we can't, I mean, you can imagine like back in the day, making our own forms and stuff. We made a little app on there that's a pet giraffe, and it's like a Tamagotchi, and like you can show it off to people and all that stuff. And like,
That's your own
I can't
business.
imagine now being able to create something like that with the time that we have, because back then it was like we were still kind of working, and Steampunk Giraffe wasn't really. I kind of did that for fun, and now I can't even get a few minutes, and I have to like fix things on the forums. I mean, the sites has crashed a bunch of times, and now we finally moved servers. So.
what do you mean, like, what would you like to see? Like,
Yeah, what would you?
That's a good question. I don't think I'm prepared to answer it.
I think we'll definitely probably put some money towards it to make it into something.
It
But I think
almost
it's
used to be a local thing
Yeah.
to start with, and it's kind of expanded so much that the local crowd is just kind of shrank a little bit because it's getting so big. So I mean, it's still there. We had the local fans, and they're Cavalcadians, and they.
We'd like to do all kinds of nice stuff, of course, but
Right now we do everything in house, like literally everything except for like
in their
like
house.
CD players.
Even in our house, that's where we do all the work.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we do like, obviously we ship stuff out to be produced like CDs and stuff, but I mean, all the graphic design, all the website stuff is done by us, so. Describing if you are.
Do you guys have day jobs still, or are you able to meet support
You know, I don't know, no. We kind of were laid off, and we were on unemployment for maybe 2 years or so.
That's when we made album 1. We got laid off from our job.
Technically, you're not supposed to be on unemployment, but it kind of ran out, and we kind of were like, well, if this is all or nothing, I suppose. So we just did it, and we did side gigs every once in a while, like we would do mime stuff, but none of that's really good income. I mean, you got to have a 9-to-5 job and work. Every
Sam
day.
actually, he still works a little at his sandwich shop.
I don't do half the work for the band that they do. They do a lot of the merchandise.
But you do make sandwiches.
I do. Yes.
But I mean, we've all had day jobs. I think now just the.
I also have a car, so.
Yeah. He's a lead expender.
2010 Toyota Corolla.
The rest of us are like, we don't have any cars. We like rely on which is the reason why he's in the group.
Yeah, there's a video of it. You in the purple.
Going back to disturbing, have y'all
Let's go forward.
have y'all seen what's on DeviantArt of some of you guys?
Yeah, we're aware
About it?
that there's the internet.
Yeah, no, there's.
We'll just leave it at it. It's very creative.
It's creative.
We're very flattered.
I got some creepy stuff on DeviantArt too. I mean, it's normal after a certain point.
Yeah, it does. I don't think it doesn't even register as creepy in
The human race is pretty.
If it is, it's just people showing their affection for the idea. So you take that into account first.
But have you made creepy stuff of yourself?
No.
You get a camera crew.
There's not. I don't think Bunny's drawn the spine and rabbit making out.
Not sure if there's anyone actually after us.
There is not, so you can go for a little bit longer.
Okay.
If, you know,
Until
you
people
guys
start
are-
leaving, like, oh, there's a mirror out there. Go ahead, take a look.
Technically, you got 5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes. Technically. What do we have to? We have to be somewhere after this. With some people, so we're fine. Okay, you're in the room.
I was just wondering, David, are you going to work on a solo album or?
No.
He says,
I
don't
just-
listen to him.
It's not, the only reason I did that stuff is because the group was in a lull. Like there was just hiccups and stuff, so it was kind of like I just have to make something. And I'm pretty certain that anything that I can create can be put in Steampunk Giraffe, even if it's kind of risky. But
Who cares?
you know, some stuff that even some solo stuff that hasn't been like recorded and stuff. You know, it's
Murdering baby.
like
Don't do it. Don't do that.
I don't have an ambition to do it because like Steampunk Giraffe is what I want to do. So that stuff is like it's fun, but I really only have that one song, and then I have that other one that like.
Well, I think really it's about when it comes, a lot of David's stuff is about telling a story. I mean, we used to do like videos in high school, like, and make little movies and stuff. So any kind of story you can tell can be put in Steampunk Giraffe, and it doesn't have to be offensive. It can still be.
Yeah, sometimes there's like a point to make or something, but I don't think we're too preachy. I mean, we're talking about pirates in one song and cowboys in another, and don't sell your soul to the devil in another.
You can sell your soul later on.
You'll transform into something.
Fine. Your recent change in makeup was that timed with the coming of Patchwork?
You know, sorta, but not really. I actually had this for I think John's last show. It was kind of like you know, Bunny changes her makeup like all the time because I don't know, artists do stuff like that. But I'm not really into like art. It's physical stuff, so mine has always been like simple, and I'm
You see
pretty
the signature, right? I mean,
yeah. I'm a pretty stubborn person, but I don't know if they convinced me or something, but I just eventually came to the realization that something needs to be added.
You gotta do
It seemed like a great idea. Yeah, now it's kind of like.
I really wanted to have a screw neck, and I kept it a secret for a long time until I actually did it because I knew that they were like, oh, I want this screw neck. And then it just makes sense.
So I had to add an neck, and he added a neck, and so it's kind of helped. But I guess like compared to like if someone like Sam or Bunny designed my makeup, like it probably wouldn't be as probably have even more stuff going on. But I have this like simple is better rule in my head for some reason, and it works. You know, it's like you get a different art style with each.
That's true.
With each robot, and eventually, hopefully, we can just get people that can do it with prosthetics and stuff, and then we don't have to ever worry about it. Plus, also changing the makeup. It like the more if we do it, it like makes it okay to do it. Because if we stick with something for so long, it's like it's kind of taboo in our own culture of our Giraffe, I guess. I've changed my makeup. Yeah, so it's like, but to be honest, it's like his is pretty consistent. Like Rabbit's is. It looks like the same character, hopefully. Like from a distance, like you can probably not notice too many changes, but.
Well, and you guys have been, you know, well, not in your case. You only did the one change, but.
No. Well, I added the shading, and
yeah.
that was a big step for me. Yeah. You too.
How are you enjoying? What do you think of TeslaCon? Are you enjoying yourself?
Yeah, no, it's been great. We kind of met up with Eric. I talked to him on the phone a couple of years ago. That's how this all started with us. But met him in World Steam Expo 8, and he showed us all the videos he was working on for this year, and we were like, of course we'll be a part of it. We wish we could do more, but he just wanted to bring us out and kind of show us what it's all about, and we were happy to oblige. I mean, why would we? I mean, it's great because it's like for the first time we can write material in the lore in it. It's like you never do that at convention. Yeah. It's like it's never done. They never explain why these robots from different time periods are. But we're gonna have a story next year. So I mean, the convention's definitely I think a step forward for a lot of steampunk conventions. Hopefully, not that we want people to take the idea, but you know, the immersion. I mean, it can grow so much to be, and this is like the third year, so you can just imagine. What happened was we were in college, and then we got laid off at our jobs, and we were like, oh crap, I can't go to college anymore because I want to be on unemployment. You can't be going to school unless you're going to school for like job training. And we're like, well, that's not what we want to do. So we kind of just quit college, and Powered Giraffe just kind of took off. And I talked to my teachers down there and said, no, don't come back to school. This is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity type thing. Yeah, our instructors routinely tell us, like, take this opportunity and run it. If you really want a degree, you can come back and take the classes. Like that's so at that point, it's like, you know, college isn't one of those tedious things. We're all taught, you know, like, we don't want to get too preachy, but you're all taught that college is something you have to do, and it's great. But so many people have all these useless degrees. They did the work, so I guess you feel good, you know. But who are you impressing? Like yourself? It should be, you know, like when you need the degree to get a certain job. Like that makes sense. Art's kind of one of those iffy things. Like unless you're going to teach it. I mean, or you want to expand your knowledge and stuff. I mean, I've learned a lot.
Well, and nowadays with like Etsy and do it yourself and stuff, I mean that you can make a good amount of money if you decide to pick up some sort of trade in art.
So if you're searching for knowledge, I suppose, you know, I mean, without attending college though, like this would have never happened. We learned mime in college. We took extensive classes and training. So,
and I learned mine secondhand from these guys. So.
We're teaching them through the. Well, we did theater in like high school. So. He was in high school, and I was like looking up to him like, oh my God, that's Samuel Luke. Someday, David, you'll pick up the guitar.
Yes, you.
What is your most memorable performance experience?
The last one.
YomaCon
2012. So this will be the next one, memorable.
This is my first.
They all keep topping each other, whether that's just in our minds or whatever. That's kind of the truth, I think.
Like any weird moments?
Sure. There's so many, I don't know. Like,
we had to do improv for about 20 minutes at YomaCon.
Yeah. We finally figured out what happened. I don't know if you remember YomaCon, but my YomaCon. YomaCon. We're American, of Arizona. So what are you? You're all American. I keep forgetting because I'm so immersed. So yeah, there's this popcorn happening between both of our mics. I think it was like jumping back and forth, and we spent like 20 minutes trying to fix it. I got a whole new.
It won't happen again, folks. We promise.
Turns out we're using cheap batteries. But they weren't ours. Nothing against YomaCon or whatever, but the right voltage, even some disposable batteries. Never happened again because now
that's how complicated our stuff is.
But it was amazing because it was like I didn't even hear what they were saying, but I just heard the audience was laughing. So I was like, I don't know if it was amazing, but it was. It was a video. It's like
it could have been nothing. It could have been like, okay, well, sorry, folks.
We're just gonna stand here. What are you supposed to do? It's like
they trying to fix some stuff.
But yeah, so
talk about yourself.
We kind of just talked for a long time on stage.
In the
middle of the show, so that was no one left. Well, if they did, it was dark, but we like to think no one left. It makes the story good.
Can we see the secret handshake again?
I mean, we should know this because we. Oh no! I already got it out.
Yeah, we do it like this all the time.
1, 2, something. We messed up on YomaCon too. I think we hit the wrong. Yeah. We'll get it. We'll get it. And let's throw it into other stuff.
Got it. I think that's gonna have to do it for the evening for our panel. So
thanks for coming.
Of course, thank you.
End transmission.
Transmission complete.